And welcome everyone to day number 6 of our Grants Pass summer season here at Grants Pass Downs. Over halfway home, just 4 more days of racing left now, including today's card. And we got a little something special for you on this card. It's a 9-race card, our first 9-race card of the season. Starting off the thoroughbreds, 3 quarter-horse races, and then the normal 5 thoroughbred events that will finish up and will be part of the 50-cent jackpot pick 5, which that carryover getting pretty sizable. At least going into Tuesday's card, it was over $17,000. So if nobody had the single ticket on Tuesday, then carryover should be well over $20,000 for today's program. But of course, stay tuned to gpdowns.com and our social media feeds for more information on the carryover in that jackpot pick 5. Let's get into today's card, and we start with maiden claimer 5,000 runners, 5 furlongs the distance. And, you know, this was a kind of a tough little race because I was really trying to find where the speed is. And I think the number 7 Crescent Wildcat is probably the speed of the speed. This one had shown speed prior to this last start and didn't have the best start last time out. It was just 7 days ago, or actually 8 days ago now, that Crescent Wildcat ran here at Grants Pass Downs. And trainer Charlene Whiteside's been enjoying a fine meet, so I have no doubt the horse should be ready. And a better start, I think, puts that one more in contention. The number 5 Heavy Hall is the 2-to-1 morning line favorite, and this one finished ahead of Crescent Wildcat in that Meta Tiger race, and it was a debut. It was okay. I don't know that this horse showed all that much to warrant being a favorite in here. I did want to mention the number 1 horse, Caballerango. Boy, that's going to be a fun one to say fast. Caballerango for Juan Marquez. This one coming off a long layoff. We've seen a couple of these long layoff types fare pretty well here at Grants Pass Downs this season. And I think it's worth noting Hugo Herrera hops on. Hugo's been enjoying a very, very solid meet here at the track. And if this one's ready to go, and this one has shown a modicum of early speed before, I thought maybe it could be a little bit of an upsetter in here if you're looking for a price horse. 2-year-old quarter horses in race number 2. Now, a number of these ones ran in trials for the Firecracker Futurity, which was just a couple of weeks ago. On opening day, on the Wednesday, we actually ran 8 races before our card. So if you want to see the charts for these races, go to the June 17th card, and they're races 9 through 16. Even though they were run before the actual Wednesday card, they were carded as races 9 through 16. So if you want to look at the charts for those, you can. As far as the horses that ran on trial day, you know, really, most of them fared kind of mid-pack, 4th, 5th, 6th in that range. So there's nobody that really jumps off the page. I kind of started looking, okay, maybe one of these first-time starters will be ready to go. El Ferriri is a firster for Juan Sanguino, but no works on the page yet. So I'm assuming some late workouts will be posted. Stay tuned to the Grants Pass signal and the little changes bar on the bottom of the signal. You'll be able to find out kind of who did who. But I thought the one Miller's Fortune probably gets the nod here just because this one broke pretty sharply in that last start. And at this point in their career, getting away quickly might be a very, very big factor. Of course, it always is in quarter horse racing, but especially when really none of these other ones showed much early gate speed. I mean, it's a race I don't have a whole lot of clues on, so I'm going to be watching that one. Third race on the card, 350-yard quarter horses, and a lot of horses coming out of pretty solid efforts. The Nelly Who race back on June the 17th, which was day 2 of the meet. Nelly Who was coming off on almost 3-year layoff and fired fantastically fresh for Nick Lowe and won. Nick's been having a very, very good start to the meet. Juan Funny Bunny, who was in post 9 that day, Nelly Who actually broke from post 10, is also in this race. And I thought that that first weekend, the outside posts were faring pretty well, and Juan Funny Bunny actually draws down toward the inside in this one. I thought you could make a case for the one El Bardi Prospect. There's some talented runners in this field. I think the number 8, Go Make Your Eyes Black, this one coming out, it was last seen at Prineville last summer, and finished third in a little stakes, had won a $12,000 final at Sundowns. So this one, another ultra-competitive type. I thought it was a really kind of a wide-open race, and I'd be looking for, you know, whoever kind of the standout price is in this race as far as a potentially intriguing wagering opportunity. Race number 4, our third and final quarter horse event. It's a maiden $5,000 event. And number 6, Harley Moe, comes out of the Fooses Flyer race from June the 16th on opening night. Just a Delight, who was second that day, came back to win her subsequent start. So I think that obviously validates this race a little bit. Harley Moe has been very honest in those first 2 career starts. I figure it could definitely make some noise. The number 7, Arianda, Nick Lowe, I just talked about having a quarter horse Fire Fresh. Well, he's got a first-time starter here. The number 7, Arianda, who I think will get some attention. And I think number 8, Cut a Swell for Hector Maguianis. This one was 9-2 in that Harley Moe race and finished 4th, only beating 3/4 of a length to Harley Moe. So if that one maybe gets forgotten a little bit, I think could be a price worth looking at. Hector Maguianis horses tend to take some money, so definitely watch the tote board. And I think the number 10, Zoomin' Crown, is worth some look, because this one was 6th, beaten by both those last 2 I mentioned, but had some traffic trouble, had to really steady in traffic. And drawing the outside with Hugo Herrera, I really, really like Zoomin' for the Crown's chances. And if the price is a little bit higher than those ones that finished ahead of her, then all signs point to a good wagering opportunity for the number 10, Zoomin' for the Crown, after that troubled trip. Race number 5 does begin that 15% takeout. It's a $5,000 guaranteed pool, but at this point the carryover is $17,000, so nothing to worry about in terms of that one. The number 2, I Am the Storm, that was a really impressive win last time. It was against state breds and maidens and what have you, but didn't break great, and then just proceeded to blow everybody's doors off with a quick move on the turn and backstretch. Really curious to see if that one can put together another effort like that. The number 5, Just Kathy for Jorge Rosales, to me looks like the main speed. The number 6, She's a Colonel, showed speed last time, as did the number 7, Kayla's Cowgirl. Kayla's Cowgirl showed speed down at Golden Gate Fields and is coming off a win. We've seen a lot of the Golden Gate horses that have come up here have not necessarily been ones that have been in great form. This one coming off a win for Maiden 5000. I'm guessing Jonathan Wong, the Connections, probably thought, look, Maiden 5000 is the bottom at Golden Gate Fields. Yes, she got a win, but she's going to be more competitive somewhere else. So they sold her. Al Peterson, the owner, he had Bonzi Noesti, who ran a nice second place finish, or an okay second place finish, I'd say. It was a pretty low price last week. But Cassie Guglielmino signed on. I think whoever makes the lead in here might have a little bit of an advantage if they're able to relax, because horses like Charlie My Love, horses like I Am the Storm are going to be coming from off the pace. And we've seen that you can close on this track. I think that was a little bit of a stereotype I had coming into this meet, was that speed was going to be super dangerous. But when everybody's going really hard on that turn and down the backstretch, it starts catching up to them as they go into that far turn. And we've seen a number of horses come from off the pace. 6th race begins our late pick 4, 5.5 furlongs. This race, a $4,000 claiming event. And I kind of liked a couple horses toward the far outside. And Mystic Wood Force is coming off a win, actually another one who started to make a little bit of a late rally. Starboard List, the horse that finished 3rd in that race, came back to win just last week. So Mystic Wood Force's race got validated a little bit. But I'm really interested in the number 10, Torello, who's 8-1 on the morning line for Robert Burney. This one stalked and just faded just a little bit, was actually passed by another horse in here, Sequoia Sunset. I'm sorry, not passed, but was beaten by that one. Sequoia Sunset did a lot of the heavy lifting that day and definitely ended up finishing a little better than Torello. But I think with the outside draw, if Torello can find a little bit of a better spot, I mean, going to be a big price. So, we're taking a little bit of a shot in terms of thinking this one might win. But I thought, of course the logicals are going to be tough, Sequoia Sunset and Mystic Wood Forest. But as an alternative, I thought Torello maybe warranted a look in what should be a pretty interesting race. This late pick 5 is not necessarily easy on this sequence. So if somebody can really put together a nice ticket, they could find themselves with some serious cash. Another field of 10 greets us in race number 7, and this one at 5.5 furlongs. And again, one where I didn't think that there was any real standouts. Brianna Jean, who's 8-1, was 3rd behind Chief's Little Pearl. Chief's Little Pearl had one of the most exciting wins of the meet so far this year. Broke really slow, circled the whole field, and still got up to win. This one has actually lost to that horse 2 times in a row right now. She's a Grinder. First start at Grants Pass Downs, coming down for Pablo de Jesus from Golden Gate Fields. Made a pretty nice effort to finish 2nd. I mean, it's just such a big class drop from Golden Gate here to Grants Pass that these horses always warrant some attention. I wanted to mention the number 8, Swiss Script. This one hasn't been able to get to the lead the last few starts, but it's been trying. It's been second early on, third last time. They're adding the blinkers this time, and two back have a really, really nice work. And sometimes, to me, I look for that workout with the equipment change to maybe think, okay, this horse responded to it. They wanted the horse to show speed. Maybe it did. So, again, always looking for price horses. Don't want to sit and bet favorites. I thought Swift Script might be one of those kind. Fireflower, that race, Fireflower came out of the Shady Cove, has come back pretty well. Hold That Smile was a nice winner. Timberlake Gage came back to win last week. Extra Fine Extine, of course, we'll see in the a little bit later. So coming out of a very, very tough race is the number 10 Fireflower, and maybe the class drop puts this one into winning potential. The eighth race, boy, there's some nice horses in here. Hold That Smile, was a nice winner last time, gate to wire. This horse has won, 7 out of the last 8 starts. The one time it got beat was in a stakes race where it just kind of got swallowed up late, and that was going 6.5. Shortening up is where this horse wants to be. I don't think you're going to get 4-1 as favoritism, but as final odds. I think that horse is going to go down a little bit lower in the odds. But that being said, this is a tough group. Wine and Divine's coming off a third place finish in a stake. The number 4, Bobby Magic, led El Alto Hombre in last week's allowance before getting beat. El Alto Hombre was second in the stake back on opening week. And Cash Driven for Quinn Howie, that one was a very impressive wire-to-wire winner. I know jockey Ashlyn Finn, we've talked about her a couple times, looking for that first career win. She's got 1 or 2 mounts, I think, on Tuesday's card. So if she doesn't get it there, certainly has a chance with Cash Driven, who probably won't be 8-1. The Quinn Howie horses have been taking a lot of money, and deservedly so. But I think most of the money is going to go toward the 1. I mean, this horse has just been in such incredible form. I can't imagine they don't bet this horse once again. The ninth and final race, an allowance, non-winner of 3, and Quinn Howie might be very tough in here. He has Winning Sound, who was second last time out behind Wild Wild Kingdom, draws down to post 2. Bruno Malfate has Hyphy in here, who's another one that adds some early fuel to the fire. I think Barbello probably be forwardly placed. Curlew Slew rather figures to add some fuel to the fire, as does Good Job Jackie. A lot of speed in this race, and I really think it's going to set up quite well for the favorite Winning Sound, who has pretty good tactical speed. I wouldn't be surprised if Hugo Herrera lets those top 3 or 4 go, sits back, stays in the clear, and makes one move. But we shall see. Quinn Howie's been tough to beat so far this meet. We'll see if he can maintain that consistency that he's had throughout these first 5 or 6 days of the meet. So looking forward to a Wednesday of action. Again, 9 races in store, so that pick 5 does start in race 5, not race 4 as it has been. But the early pick 4 and late pick 4 are still in the first 4 and the last 4 races. Be sure to head to our website, gpdowns.com, for more information about all things Grants Pass Downs, and we invite you to find us on all the social media platforms. Don't forget, next week, racing Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, a 3-day race week to finish out our summer meet, and of course, racing returning in the fall, but we still got to finish up the summer meet strong. We wish you the best of luck with your wagers today here at Grants Pass Downs.